Let these people get their porn
if you're
off.
just watching porn, you're not hurting nobody. Ain't nobody's affected by you watching porn unless you're a vlogger like David Dobrik and you do some crazy shit.
That's a good transition.
You get yourself in some trouble. Like when you have a vlog, and I'm not some girl might not like me hearing this, but because they're probably a fan, but I'm not really a fan of Vlog Squad. I rather watch something on YouTube that doesn't like cause me to lose my brain cells. My thing on YouTube's is if I watch the video and somehow I feel like my brain cells losing every second, I just stop watching it. And that happens with the Vlog Squad shit. They just got to do it. I feel like they're trying to always up and up their little antique and eventually kind of catch up to you. So now companies are cutting tie with YouTuber David Dobrik amongst like misconduct allegations between his Vlog Squads and just the usual shit that's happening in Vlog Squad. It gets fucking crazy, and then some people didn't give you the intent, but you thought they did, and then people didn't like what you did.
For those who don't know, though, David Dobrik, he's basically, if I'm correct, he's 24 years old. He basically gained a lot of his early fame. He was on Vine. Well, we already know about Vine, RP to Vine, but basically after he gained fame on Vine, he became TikTok famous, and then obviously vlogging on YouTube, and then he created, I guess, what is called the Vlog Squad. So basically it's like people they vlog, and I knew who David Dobrik was before this, but before this little scandal, when I pulled up right now, Troy told me about it.
We watched some videos,
and I wasn't, and that's my thing. I wasn't like, I knew who David Dobrik was, but I wasn't like aware like what he did. And I watched just like maybe 2 little videos. Like all of his videos on YouTube are like 4 minutes, and it's just really cringy. So I mean, I could see why he has these allegations against him, because a lot of the 2 video, I only seen like 2, but they were like cringy, and like I could see where it comes from. Like he does a lot of really cringy stuff, and even if he don't mean no harm, it still comes off as cringy and maybe inappropriate sometimes. So that's where I could see where people find offense, or people that were involved might take offense to it.
And to go back into the allegations, so what basically, I'm gonna just sum it up, is what basically happened is that the accusation is a rape case against David Dobrik's friends in the short term.
One of the Vlog Squad
one of the Vlog Squad. So
I don't know, they didn't say his name though when I tried to look it up.
Is Dirty Dom is what they like to call him, I guess, because he's dirty. He like to do little sketch things. Boy,
Dirty Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah, sound like a dude that might rape people.
Yeah, so basically what happens is, just shorten it up. They invite some girls over, not 21.
That was the thing with David Dobrik's allegations. A lot of the girls that they invited over and got drunk and supposedly or allegedly had sex with were under 21. Like, we don't want to just accuse these dudes because we don't know what's going on. So that's why I say supposedly and allegedly. But still, if they're underage and you're getting drunk with them and having sex with them, it's like, come on, man, what are you doing?
Yeah. So yeah, came over and they think these guys are cool, but David's friends is definitely a creep. And definitely a part of the dudes that will definitely use the hashtag not all men, because he's just that kind of guy. Or trying to take advantage of these girls who are just trying to hang out with YouTubers that they think quote unquote is fucking cool,
or that they might look up
I see right through the bullshit. These guys ain't fucking cool. They just
trying to use their clout to get
trying to use their clout, right? And I
wasn't sure which word to use.
And they're using their platform because they're like, I'm a big vlogger. I mean, it's an honor to be on my shit. So if I invite you, like, you gonna get some clout, you gonna get some followers, you gonna get some like all this video. So you gotta like do whatever I gotta do. And like in that sense, like shit can happen, and then dudes take it too far. In this case, he took it too far, and the girl got hammered, and shit happened, and it went way too far, and
happened, but
and it was under the umbrella of David Dobrik, you know,
Exactly. I get you. Okay, I
watch.
get you.
So, and we talked about earlier with, Deshaun and like all these things, like to tie back, it's just like, regardless how successful you are, regardless how much clout, regardless, you can't take advantage of these women or these, in this case, a younger female. Like it's, even if you think they're like, no, they're
Just
quote
say
unquote,
young lady. You can't say female. Women don't like that.
oh, okay, young lady.
Yeah,
Even
women don't like when you use the word female. I don't know why, but they don't like when you use the word female.
okay, young lady.
That's better.
Okay,
That's better.
cool. Even if you think these young ladies are like down, quote unquote, down for it, because these guys are probably like, oh, she's down to come
okay.
over.
I get what
Like,
you're saying. Yeah, like even if they DTF, like
you can't.
you need to hear out of their sober mouths, not not
the
drunk,
drunk.
a sober mouth. I'm down to fuck.
Right.
If and that was horrible. Let me rephrase that. If you're above age, if you're 21 and up, you should not be having sex with any underage. Age. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if they 18. If that's on you, I don't judge. I personally wouldn't do it, but that's on you. If you want to be weird like that, go ahead. But if you're over age, you should not be having sex with anybody under 18. So I don't give a fuck if they consent to it. If they're under 18, you should know better. But if they're over 18 and they consent and they're sober, then that's a whole different story. We would have to find out evidence to prove that they did something wrong. But in this case, David Dobrik and them were having sex. Well, not David Dobrik, but his acquaintance was having sex with underage women that were drunk.
Let me read the allegation. It says, following a piece on an insider. So it was like an insider piece that they knew was fucking coming. Mm-hmm. And they knew it has a lot of shit that was true. And it's by Kat Tenberge.
That's the same one I seen.
Yeah, that detail various
Tenbarge.
Various accusations of misconduct, exploitations against members of the Vlog Squad that allegedly took place during a video shoot, that's why David's in such a mess, because it's supposedly happening around the time frame
when he was vlogging,
when it was supposed to be a shoot. And now, like, you hear vlog, it's always like, oh, we just, record ourselves talk. But, like, once you're at his statue, a vlog becomes more than just recording. It's like, you got to have consent of the person. It's much more staged, because at that level, you can't just, you can't go off the rail. You got to have plannings. You got to have things that happens in order for you to get.
And don't get me wrong. I get, like, when you get to a stature that David Dobrik is at, you got to have consent, but you gotta also like let people know what's going on so they can consent to it. And that's my thing, like with people that said like at David Dobrik's stature, like you have to get consent for some of these pranks you do, like
right.
Because for example, he did a prank with one of his former crew members where he pranked him and had him kissing a dude that he thought was a girl. And like, and I know if I was in his member's shoes and you had me kiss some dude that I thought was a girl, and then after the prank, I find out that was a grown ass dude that I was kissing, like basically making out with. I'm not just gonna feel away. Like I'm gonna really be offended, and I might retaliate. And it's not just gonna be a prank. Like it's gonna be something. Like I might not kill you, but I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And that's my point. That's worse, cause like someone like me, yeah, we might just beat the fuck out of you. But someone else might just go that extra mile and just kill you. And now they going to jail for murder because you decided to prank them and have them kissing a dude when they're not gay. And that's the thing. Certain pranks go too far. So you have to be not having to be smart, but like you can't just prank everybody like that.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's going to take that the same way.
Exactly.
You have to be careful when you do pranks.
And for this specifically incident, going back to the whole rape thing, so it's like she's underage, and I'm gonna read out. There's a BBC article that's kind of tied up to the allegation. Fuck, Jesus. I can't say shit today. Oh my god. Okay. It says she was reported underage, so they got her drinking, and they provided alcohol to underage. And
that's also bad too. Whether they didn't. Sorry to interrupt you, but they didn't even have to do anything sexual with the the minor. It could have been a dude, but
Right.
you shouldn't be providing minors with
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah, and so she became, according to reports, she became unconscious, blacked out, drunk, and later she was involved in a group sex, which included a Vlog Squad member, and she was too intoxicated to give consent. And now I just want to say this: I went to college. We all been there to a point where we see girls get drunk. It takes a real man to realize.
I've been to a lot of his college parties, so yes, I've seen women that I didn't know get drunk, and they just
Right.
and that's probably my fault. Like I've seen them. I don't know if they got taken advantage of, but you could tell when it's a situation when it's like okay.
Yeah.
So you know when you've been to a college party, you know what's going on.
Right. And to be not to be honest, like let's be real. There's a lot of dudes out there that don't give a fuck and are just are just jumping on the opportunity, and like they know that you're drunk, but they just don't care. And it's just like you gotta stop that, bro. Like you can't, like I know a lot of men, especially in college, like want to credit from the boys or whatever, who's hooked up and body counts, all that. But it's like, bro, that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. It's not gonna make you look. Wait, hold on. It's not gonna make you look. It's not gonna make you look cooler, like or anything like that. Like you're doing if she's intoxicated, bro, step away. Like these guys thinks they can get away with it, and they think like, oh, they're always like, oh, she's not that drunk. It's like, bro, like you can tell, like you ain't fucking stupid now.
Listen,
like
that credit don't mean shit if you going to jail for fucking rape or whatever it may be because you had sex with a drunk girl that didn't consent, but because she was just so fucked up,
right?
You thought that she did, and she just went along with it because she's fucked up. Like as men, like come on, use your common sense. As a man, when you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Like everything feels good. You have that sensation when you're drunk. So obviously anything sexual, you're gonna like. That doesn't mean just because the woman likes it, that doesn't mean she consent to it. Like you have to get that consent. And if you're drunk and she's drunk and y'all both do it, that might be a different story because y'all might just have drunk consented to each other. But if you're not drunk and you're taking advantage of a drunk woman, or a drunk young lady,
you're just
like,
a pussy.
Like look, it's a difference between y'all both being drunk, like, and I'm not talking about you're just
and you know each other. Here's another thing,
no,
strangers.
It's not even that.
Like,
it's not even that. It's a difference between you being buzzed and the lady being drunk, or you guys both actually being blackout drunk and y'all just have sex. That's a whole different story. But if you're like a little buzzed or you're sober and you know that she's like blacked out drunk to where she can't really comprehend and you take advantage, it's like, come on, dude. Like, you know what you're doing at this point. Like,
right.
Like you're still a little coherent. It's different if you're not coherent.
Yeah.
I can't speak to that. I've never been in that situation, but I'm pretty sure it's happened a lot of times. So that's a whole different story. But if you're coherent as a man and you know that the chick is not coherent and you still decide to like have sex with her, it's like, come on now.
And to make matters worse, it's in this situation is when you start out the night with the intent. So you're the one providing the liquor. You're the one forcing it down her throat. You're the one maybe even drugging her, because that shit happens a lot. That shit happens a lot. That's basically what happened here.
When you basically fucking trying to get a chick drunk, that's almost the same thing as drugging her. Yeah, you might not be using a roofie or whatever it may be to drug somebody, but alcohol is a drug, and if you get somebody drunk enough, they're not going to be coherent.
And then according to the story, the friend took her to a room that was black, and it was like it was away from her girlfriends, which is, you know how it goes.
They know exactly what they were doing then.
Girls travels in group, and once you fucking divide them, like, they feel cornered, and this girl felt like she had no fucking power, which at the time he put her in a situation where she had no power. And you a bitch, bro. Like, if you can't get laid when you're sober, you a bitch.
Then
like,
you might as well just go beat off the porn. But that was the Utah thing.
Yeah. Go beat your meat. Pornhub is there. You know, that's what they're there for. They're there to, for you to beat your meat.
If it's that bad, you need to just go beat your meat or go to sex rehab. So
it ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, and listen, I don't know if you watched The Wolf of Wall Street.
I'd rather niggas beat their meat than go out here raping bitches. So
exactly.
Raping women. So
according to The Wolf of Wall Street, Matthew McConaughey said you gotta jack off at least 2 to 3 times in order to keep your shit straight.
It's healthy to masturbate, but that's not just for so you don't rape women. That's for a whole different thing. But we'll
Yeah.
talk about that. I'll tell you that off camera.
Yeah,